Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Aries May 22, 2023. The Sun and Uranus align in your sign today, bringing strong personal energy into your world. You're learning a whole new way of doing your life with Uranus in your sign, whether it's about your true calling, personal initiative, presentation, or attitude. You're intolerant of limitations and restrictions today as you try to break free from the things holding you back from growing. You can be excitable and perhaps a little impatient, particularly with rules or impositions. While you can feel rebellious now, you put yourself in the best position if you answer to a genuine need to make progress rather than merely react to what others are doing. Your individuality, uniqueness, and free spirit are all in the spotlight today. The moon spends the day in your solar house, further reinforcing a desire to break the routine. Practice mindfulness today. You could be in the midst of a sharp disagreement that leaves you, your family, and your significant other fuming for weeks to come. Mighty Mars, which is already causing lots of action in your domestic sector, is now sizzling into the initial degrees of this piece of the sky. However, powerhouse Pluto, the planet of destruction, domination, and power struggles, will stand opposite the red planet and is now reaching a critical impasse at this time. Major disagreements or even explosive fights could take place at home. Breathe. Go after the work and life balance that you want to have. It is time to put yourself and your needs first when Mars enters Leo. The courageous Martian energy is just what you need to take a stand about your schedule, especially if you want to change things around. However, you will need to be okay with making major adjustments in your work and life balance to have what you seek, since Mars will immediately oppose Pluto retrograde in Aquarius. Do not be afraid of change, since it could lead to something ordinary in your work life. Thanks to the moon's return to your income sector yesterday, your nose for money is sharp and you are emotionally and intuitively engaged as the sun returns today. This is the point in each year when the solar spotlight will shift onto your income situation, matters, and options, only this time it is to reveal the huge amount of water that has already passed under the bridge and the resources you have to draw on. While the moon will leave your income sector today, with the sun spending his first full day here at a friendly aspect to Pluto in your career sector, your nose for money is sharp and you are emotionally engaged when it counts. The moon was here when the sun returned yesterday, and it will come full circle in 4 weeks as a new moon, with a lot of water set to pass under the bridge between now and then. In the lead up to the sun's return to your income sector tomorrow, the moon's return today is a chance to ensure your nose for money is sharp from the start. This is also helping to amplify the desires and expectations that Venus left you with when she left your income sector 12 days ago, while also giving you a better read on a sense of resolve that has been building since then. Before the solar spotlight even shifts onto your income situation, matters, and options, there is cause for confidence. You'll feel your best today if you can get your heart rate up. It's a good day to focus on your exercise routine, especially if you haven't been doing it for a while. If exercise is not exactly a word in your working vocabulary, it's time to take a look at this. You don't have to do anything fancy. You can try easing into a good habit with a few sit-ups before bed. Eat sensibly, even if you crave extravagant foods. It's not the time for indulging. If you feel like love today, it won't be surprising. This is a big part of your natural vibrations charm, and getting a little romance happening will be easier on this day than on any other. Perhaps you have been thinking of spending some one-on-one time with a special person. Maybe it's been far too long since you and your partner shared intimacy. If this is the situation, make some plans to turn it around. A week that began with Mercury turning direct in Taurus and then Jupiter returning 2 days later to begin a new 12-year Jupiter cycle of expansion, is ending with the sun's departure today. This might bring your birthday month to a close, but with Mercury staying on for another 3 weeks, you not only have time to tie up loose ends but to navigate your way through the early weeks of Jupiter's 12-month visit. It is in the Sun's final hours and just before leaving to return to your income sector that Mars will leave your communication sector, turning his focus onto home, family, and/or property matters for the first time in 2 years. As Mars leaves your communication sector today, he not only leaves Venus on her own but with the planet of love now able to benefit from the communication barriers he has declared war on over the last 2 months. With Mars gone, the heat will dial back while leaving you with everything needed to make the most of the final weeks of Venus' mission to give your heart and your relationships a voice. Our eyes in the sky. Today, Mars in Leo opposes Pluto in Aquarius, creating a celestial configuration that brings forth deeply buried emotions and hidden truths. It's crucial to proceed with caution, as these revelations may not unfold in the most desirable manner. However, embracing this process could ultimately be for your benefit, as suppressing these feelings serves you no good. It's possible that some secrets, including surprising family secrets, may come to light, but approaching them with an understanding that there's room for growth and improvement will be instrumental. Although your desires may vary and often seem out of reach, you are willing to dedicate significant time, effort, and financial resources to pursue them, even if it means taking risks. However, it's important to remember that yearning for the unattainable often carries more intensity than the eventual satisfaction derived from it. Nevertheless, if your aspirations are not mere whims but rooted in genuine purpose, you can ultimately manifest them. If you find joy in acquiring something new for yourself, now is an opportune time to indulge. Your financial situation permits such indulgence, and it's high time you treated yourself. You possess the means to make a modest investment, and your sensibility ensures that you won't overspend. Consider this as a well-deserved reward, aligning with your current financial circumstances. The Sun bid farewell to your income sector, and a day before that, the Moon's presence concluded a powerful new moon phase. With the solar spotlight now shifted away from your income matters and options, you find yourself in a moment of stepping back and taking a pause. It has only been a short period of time since Mercury turned direct and Jupiter made its return, and now you have an opportunity to reflect and reassess. Your actions flow naturally, effortlessly, and in your personal life, you engage in activities and follow inclinations that bring you joy and fulfillment. While you cherish your friends and loved ones, if you happen to be single, you may experience the positive attention and understanding from someone whom you find incredibly attractive. This newfound connection holds promise and potential. In your private life, you may sense a delicate balance, navigating through a metaphorical minefield where one wrong step could trigger an explosion of emotions or conflicts. This will undoubtedly test your resilience. It's important not to shoulder all the blame placed upon you by others, as sometimes they bear responsibility as well. Remain open to different perspectives when problem solving, as reconciling opposing viewpoints can be challenging but not impossible. As for your financial situation, maintaining a healthy balance between your income and expenses won't pose much difficulty for you. When making purchases, you possess the wisdom to avoid falling for cheap and inferior options. Your astute nature safeguards you from being taken advantage of, especially when seeking luxury items. If you desire to spend money, go ahead, but do so with your characteristic prudence and careful consideration.